Yo, this is BudGaff from B-Team, also Discord.live, the home of B-Team, and I'm here to show you how to import a Rainbow Six Siege model into Blender, so you can then do Blender stuff with it. I made the Thriller video entirely in Blender, which I'll put a link to in the description, and nothing to it. We're gonna do this pretty quick. I'm gonna assume that you know a little bit about Blender. If you don't know a little bit about Blender, then you should go and do some tutorials first, for sure. If you're thinking about getting into Blender and you want to learn Blender by doing this, do not do this. It will turn into a nightmare from which you may never wake up, which is the world that I currently live in, because I decided to do this the hard way and learn Blender by making that video, and I just wish I hadn't, because it took about 2 months of just failure. Anyway, we'll just get right to it. I deleted all the stuff in the scene, the default cube, the light, the camera, all that. And, oh yeah, we make sure we're in cycles, make sure we are doing base contrast. I'm gonna give you this blend file when I'm done here, so you'll have the node group, which is important. Because yes, it does use a custom node group, but there's a good reason for that. The guy who graciously made the tutorial and posted it, it looks like this. He did a great job, and that's how I know how to do this, so I appreciate this guy, I really do. But this here is just absolute madness. So I've created a custom node group to do all of this. So you don't have to do it for all the parts, which is just, again, I don't know why you wouldn't do it, but you know, I assume you had a good reason, right? Or maybe you're a social terrorist, I don't know. But thank you for that. So that's that. Cursor to center. Kapow. We're going to import our file, we're going to import mute his OBJ, and he's huge, so scale him down, and there you have it. Right, so this is where it gets pretty easy. We need materials for, or we need to build the materials that we're going to use for mute, and to do that, I'm going to go get the custom node group that I made using Append, and that's what you can do to this file. And it's under nodetree Siege. And then we'll switch this down here to our node editor. Bring it up a little bit so we can see it. Or hell, we really just... Okay. So it's this easy. We're gonna just pick apart, create a new material, which looks like this. And the way that it's suggested in the document I just showed you is to create. You need a normal map vector. You need 3 image textures. You need, what else? Oh yeah, you need separate RGB. You need your shaders. It's craziness. Mine, the Siege node group that I made. You just go to group, add group, Siege. Then we're gonna add our 3 image textures for each one. Normal, we'll do non-color, of course, and connect this to the normal. You do not need the normal map in between it. Just plug it straight into normal, it's already in there. I'm going to duplicate, well no, I'm not going to duplicate it yet. I'll show you why. So I need the normal, and I'll just start with the top, accessories. I assume that's what that stands for. So accessories, normal map, not to be confused with normal detail. Anytime you see detail map or texture, just leave that where it is for now. normal map under accessories, which means this will be called accessory ACCY. And we've got it plugged into the normal. We're done. Non-color, remember that. And we'll duplicate this. The reason you duplicate it after you do that is so when you click your file here to open image and get the next texture, it's right where you left off here. So this one will be specular, accessory, specular. Plug it to specular. I call it spectral, and funny. And duplicate this again, this time changing it to color because this is the diffuse. So you have normal, specular, and diffused. And they're plugged into the Siege group, which is plugged into the material output. And you're done. We name it accessory, like you said. And then the magic happens. Instead of having to do that for, well, we still have to do it for all of them, but instead of having to do all of that work, we can just click this and add. See, it's counting 3, 4, 5. And now what we've got is all of these materials, but they're the same thing. So we'll just go to the one underneath that, open it, and we'll do badges next. Badges normal, badges specular, and badges diffuse. And we'll call it badges. Bam, done. Moving on. After badges, we have gloves, normal, gloves, specular, and gloves, diffuse, gloves. After gloves, I see headgear, normal, headgear, specular, and headgear, diffuse, headgear. See how fast this is? This is great. This is hours, countless hours I wasted building those complex node groups over and over and over again. Pants, normal map, pants, specular, and pants, diffuse map, pants. Alright, we are here now. Straps, normal, straps, specular, and straps, diffuse. Call it straps. This works for all the models, by the way. This same workflow will work for all the models. The only thing that we're not getting right now is the ones that say like normal detail, which is just what it says. It's a normal map, but for the details, for very, very small, when you zoom way in for the HD texture pack and stuff. I don't use them because I never render these super duper up close, and you know, they're always like exploding and running from stuff and getting shots. I mean, you don't notice that, especially in the quality of render that we're able to do at home. You just don't. It's just not something that people seem to notice, and eventually you wind up viewing it on YouTube, which compresses the hell out of it, makes it look crummy anyway. So we're at straps. So I got accessory, badges, gloves, headgear, pants, and straps. I'm just going to pick one and duplicate it because we're running out of materials. And this one will be vest, which is the last one. So vest normal, vest specular, and vest diffuse. Now these aren't, you'll notice here, my specular said, it actually said vest accessory specular, and it's just named wrong. A lot of these have stuff that's named wrong, or there's something about each one of them that's just a little wonky. and you just have to work around it. Another good example of this, let's apply all of our textures. So we can just close this now. And we can apply our textures to the model itself. Our materials, I'm sorry. So we can go to material, and it's going to start to fill these in as we do them. Because he's actually made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, several different pieces. If you're familiar with modeling in Blender and all that, you should not be surprised by that, but I was when I started. So we'll just pick this, and we'll start with that. What material should this be? Oh, I forgot to name this vest. What material should this be? You would think accessories. And you'd be right. He has accessories. Click here and we can guess pants. These must be the straps. That looks like a vest to me. And these are gloves. This is headgear. There. Now, we still need arms, and we still need a visor. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Some of this stuff you just have to figure out for yourself. Like, what the hell is this about? I got no arms, I got no visor. That's because the arms are also the gloves, the glove material, sorry. So the material that has the actual gloves is also the arms. And the visor is just under headgear again. And now he looks right. And then there's the patch, the badges. It's got one there, and there's one over here. And that's it. Mute his titties. He's done. Isn't that cool? Easy. Whoa. Yeah. Then, you know, the rest is up to you. Have fun. So I'll put my camera back and a light just to render it. If you want to learn how to rig it for movement, for animation, or to put it into Mixamo, or whatever you're going to do with it, I can do a tutorial on that as well. It's fundamentally is the same as you do any other model. It is sort of a pain in the ass when you're new, so I mean, I don't have a problem doing that. I'll see how the response is from this video. If people find this helpful, then I will do that as well. If not, then I won't. So there's that. If you'd like to discuss this, or if you have a problem with it, you can go to discord.live in a browser. That's discord.live in a browser, and it will link you directly to the B-Team Discord, where you can swing in there and ask any questions you might have. It won't bother me a bit. I love talking about this stuff. I don't talk about it enough, as a matter of fact. So feel free to do that. And happy modeling.